biggest reason to vote no on 13 is because greyhounds are not abused. Let me give you a few more reasons to vote no on 13 that maybe you weren't thinking of. Greyhound racing has been legal in the United States for over 100 years. These people have based their living on racing greyhounds. Government does not have the right to take your property without reimbursing you for it. Kind of like when they build a road and they go through a town and they got to take somebody's property, that kind of thing. There's two things on the books in the Florida Constitution: inverse condemnation and the Burt-Harris Act. Every single greyhound has a value. There's something like 6,000 to 8,000 racing greyhounds in Florida. Every one of them is worth thousands of dollars. Some of them tens of thousands of dollars. When I was in Naples, I met a greyhound there that somebody paid $26,000 for. Florida voters are being sent to the polls after they've been lied to. If greyhound racing is banned, okay, there's going to be thousands of people out of work. Thousands of people out of work. And Floridians are going to be on the hook for quite possibly up to $500 million in damages. It's playtime for the greyhounds. Oh. Hi, baby. I've interacted with thousands of greyhounds over the past 10 months. I've never even had one growl at me. They're all so friendly and so socialized. Greyhounds make awesome pets, and it's not because they're abused. Don't believe the lies. Activist groups make their living off of lying about people. Grey 2K and the Humane Society, they wouldn't be able to generate a nickel if they didn't lie to you. If they had to tell you the truth, they wouldn't be in business. I do see you! I do! This dog is a spaz. They say follow the money. Grey 2K, I've showed this to you over and over again. Last year they generated $618,000 abusing and slandering greyhound racing. They only gave $5,000 of that to any greyhound adoption groups. They kept the rest of it. Hey, you think that's bad? The Humane Society of the United States generated $168 million last year and gave less than 0.5% to any animal shelters. That's criminal. How are they able to get away with it? Well, they gave 0.5% to any animal shelters. They gave 18% of it to politicians. I don't race greyhounds. I don't make money in the greyhound racing industry. I'm just an artist. I have a Facebook page. I was invited into this kennel 10 months ago. That's when I went down the rabbit hole. I'm still here. On my first visit, I realized I'd been lied to big time. It was such a hot button topic on my Facebook page. I continued to look into greyhound racing, and I've been basically doing this full time. No one's paying me. And I'm not going to tell you how much this has cost me or how many hours I've spent doing this. I feel this is very important. I've seen how these people are being bullied and lied about, and it's not right. Out of my time driving around the state of Florida, visiting various tracks, and hanging out in racing kennels with these greyhounds, primarily focused on how these greyhounds are cared for. And what I discovered was no dog breed in this country is more well cared for than a greyhound. And I unearthed the animal rights activist scam. A lot of people already knew about it, but not nearly enough. This is the second turnout for these greyhounds. Turnout is basically recess. You know, they're out here, they go to the bathroom, they socialize. They ain't been out here longer than 5 minutes, and what are most of them doing? Laying down. Greyhounds are the fastest dog and also the laziest. I know, you heard me. Do not listen to the animal rights people. These dogs are happy and they're healthy and they love it here. The happiest times in a greyhound's life is right here in these racing kennels. No, no! That's my soda, pal. You know, greyhounds are tested more in depth than airline pilots, Olympic athletes. If that dog got a little tiny sip of my Mountain Dew, it'd fail a drug test. They test them for caffeine. They test them for chocolate. Hey, check out the Humane Society and the Grey 2K's anti-racing commercials. They got 4 of them. Every bit of the footage that they use in their commercials, they stole off of my Facebook page. My footage. In their anti-racing propaganda pamphlets, you'll see still shots from my videos. Thieves, crooks, criminals. These idiots no doubt wouldn't even know what goes on inside of a racing kennel if they hadn't seen my videos. These people don't have the first clue what goes on in here, and they want to dictate laws about greyhound racing? What's going on here? I hope you Florida voters are smart enough to see through this. I've been giving you the evidence for 10 months now. No joke, greyhounds make the best pets. They are awesome. Ask anybody that's got one. Hi, baby. Hi. Amendment 13 has been placed on the ballot, okay? It's put before the voters now. If they can deceive you all into banning greyhound racing, what's gonna happen to 10,000 greyhounds? Nothing put in the bill is gonna care for these dogs or help them get adopted out. The Humane Society wants to come in and take them all. You know what they'll do to them? And do you think the greyhound people are gonna just hand their dogs over to Grey 2K and the Humane Society after they have had their livelihood stripped from them because they've been lied and slandered over from those idiots? They're not gonna get one single greyhound. You're gonna take away their right to make a living. No more paycheck for you, but here's 60 dogs a week to take care of until you get them all adopted out. Nobody's gonna help these guys. Pam Bondi said she'd take 1,000 greyhounds. Yeah, I believe her. What a liar. That right there should give you a little insight into Pam Bondi's character. I've showed it to you a million times, but greyhounds get every day, okay? Fresh ground beef. Okay, that's the primary diet. And look at all the vitamins they get every day.
We have carrots in here today, too.
They even get vegetables. They eat better than you do. Awesome. There's AJ, makes his appearance. AJ. Florida's Constitution is 3 times thicker than the U.S. Constitution. None of these proposed amendments need to be in there. Hey, it's no coincidence that Amendment 3 is a proposal to expand gambling, turning these tracks into casinos. And Amendment 13 is abolishing greyhound racing. Because you can't have casinos if you have greyhound racing. Wake up, Florida. I've spelled this out to you at least 1,000 times over the past year. I've broken it down and I've showed you what's going on. I haven't lied to you yet. Hey, do y'all like that corporate welfare stuff? From everything I've read, once these all these tracks here, 12 of them in Florida, start getting converted into casinos, you could possibly be on the hook for another $500 million. What a mistake it would be if Floridians were gonna fall for this propaganda and these lies. You get rid of greyhound racing, it's gonna be the biggest mistake Florida's ever made on the ballot. If Floridians vote in this Amendment 13, if you guys are duped and you vote for this, not only are you putting people out of work, taking away the greatest thing greyhounds have going for them, you're gonna be on the hook for what? $1 billion? It's $1 billion mistake, isn't it? 500 million in corporate welfare, converting tracks into casinos, and the lawsuits from the greyhound racing people. It's the dark side of the animal rights groups. They lie to you and steal your donation money. And if it wasn't for politicians like Carlos Guillermo Smith, that'll take anybody's campaign contributions, even if it's from a scam animal rights group. If it wasn't for politicians, these people would be in prison. Animal rights groups, people collectively pull in $1 billion a year worldwide. It's the biggest scam perpetrated on the American public since the mafia. Carrie Thiel's out here doing me a favor in the form of a painted cutout holding a vote on No 13 sign for me. This man is responsible for slandering and lying about the people of Greyhound Racing. Him and his cohort, Christine Dorchek, swindled the public out of $618,000 last year. They gave $5,000 to a Greyhound adoption group. They kept the rest of it. Well, except for the money they gave politicians. It is a scam. These people should be in jail. I don't want to live in a world where the activist mob can destroy any innocent human being under an avalanche of lies, trapped with no legal remedy to protect either personal reputation or prevent financial ruin. That's not justice. I couldn't have said it better. That's a quote I took off of somebody from Facebook. It was perfect. The animal rights activist mob. How long did it take for us to corral and reel in the mob? It took decades. What's taking so long with these animal rights people? Hey, did y'all hear me complaining about Mr. Mike Dodane last week? Mike Dodane is a wannabe Longwood commissioner. Last year, Mike Dodane was running for Longwood commissioner, and I helped squash his dreams with the videos that I made and my artwork. And he has been up the city of Longwood's butt trying to get this artwork taken down. He's Longwood's biggest sore butt loser in history. He should be embarrassed to show his face anywhere. Mike Dodane claims he's a concerned citizen, and the artwork is unsightly. I've yet to find anybody that doesn't love this art. We got a painting of Elvis down there.
My name is Mike Dodane. I live at 854 East. I'm here tonight to talk about the kind of tacky and questionable situation over the dog track.
Mike Dodane is butthurt, and he should be embarrassed to go to a commissioner meeting and stand up there and pretend that he's a concerned citizen. The real reason is the animal rights activist people got him on their payroll. Check out this list of endorsements for the activist groups to get rid of Greyhound Racing. Okay, who do we have here? Businessman Mike Dodane. Concerned citizen? I don't think so. You're just a lying snake in the grass. Just like the people that put you up to this. These lying animal rights groups. Everything about these groups is smoke and mirrors. They never tell you the truth, ever. Wake up, Florida. November 6th is coming up on us quick.